Okay. Um. So I have to talk about some stuff that I don't want to talk about, and and uh and yeah. So I've been trying to, I've been trying to have a positive mindset, and be positive about like, and and I've been trying to manifest, and I've been trying to affirm. So what I have to do now is tell the truth, and and I'm not gonna like it, and a lot of people probably aren't going to like it. But I'm just mentally preparing myself because I'm definitely not gonna do it right now. Like maybe a little bit, but not like. But it's like the more I do it, the more I can do it. Um, what else is there? So because I'm talking about computer science and emotional intelligence and those things are cool. But going back to Adam Enfroy, that was the other YouTuber that I was talking about. It's Knees Over Toes guy and Adam Enfroy, and I still don't remember his name, but the guy who does the singing lessons, and who else? I don't know. He's like you're the niche. He's like you're the niche. AI isn't the niche. Like travel isn't the niche. Like you're the niche. So it's like, yeah. So I just want to talk about myself because I want to understand. I want to understand what's wrong, and I want to understand what's what's right or what's good that I'm not seeing. And okay, so here are a couple of things. This is what I'm saying. I kind of do have to rant because I was saying like I don't want to rant and ramble or whatever. But it's like I kind of I mean I'm going to. I'm going to because we have to. It's the only way that I see. It's the only way that I see. So just two things really quickly. Um, yeah, because I want to write. I want to write. Okay. So I have two lines really quickly that one of them I really like, and then the other one is like, at this point. But when I wrote it, again, see, because I didn't like write it. I yeah, I'm thinking I should really be listening to more music, maybe especially when I'm exercising. So and I have to make a separate playlist for this now. It'll be English, yeah, it'll be English. And so now I can add those other ones too, where I was just talking and I didn't really know what I was talking about, but it's just English. So Yeah, it was like a few. It was like a few songs. This is what I'm saying. I didn't like. I didn't write them like technically like on paper, but I wrote them. I guess in my head, like when I was like one of them. It was like while I was folding clothes after I did some laundry, and then another one I was just walking home from the grocery store, and then the one that I'm talking about right now, I was just washing dishes, and I was like, yeah, I don't even want to do it because it's like I don't really like it anymore as much as I did before. Uh, but I'm telling myself be vocal, and I'm telling myself, yeah, this isn't the final product, so you kind of just have to tell the truth. So what it is, yo, closing my eyes feels just so much better. Um, yes, I can't even do it, like, cause I don't even know how it goes. And I want you to know I'm still in love. Um, it's not that bad. I actually like it a little more now, but I'm still just like I don't know. But this one. And I'm calling out to you. And then that should probably be like higher. Like it makes more sense to say. And I'm calling out to you. That one I like. That one I like. That one I really, really, really like. That one I really, really, really like. That one I like a lot. That one I like. That one I want to like focus on and finish and you know, uh, I want to say more, but I don't know what else to say. But but that one I really like. The other one I'm like when I first wrote it, I was like, I almost like couldn't believe like how perfect it was. But then I don't know, it kind of lost its it kind of it kind of lost its effect. But the right. So now I can just name them because you've heard them and I don't have to do them over. So right, if I could say like "Still in Love" or something like that, if I could say "Still in Love," I'm like that's cool. But calling out to you is like calling out to you. I still have not gotten over, and I want to say they came about like around the same time. It was maybe like a it was maybe like a couple weeks difference. This was like this was like this was like last fall. It was like early. It was like September, something like that. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So you have a lot of those. You have a lot of those. Just like I don't want to say Lucy's, but just like see that's why I was saying it's more relaxing. It's more relaxing because I know that every time I go to sing anything, I kind of like tense, and it's like that's exactly the opposite of what you want. Uh, so it's like again, see, I don't really like this one. Like again, not at all. I wouldn't say I don't like it at all, but and you know maybe like if and when you add more, it could actually be something. But it's like I'm not like oh my god, listen to this. I'm just like this is something that happened, and I like I'm getting to the point because I always see this one no. Many people say this. It's not like just one post. I'm thinking of one post, but many people have said this, where it's like you have to just like you have to share all of your ideas. You have to share all of your ideas. You don't want to hold anything because it's like yeah, because they'll get stale. And I think maybe that's kind of what happened with Still in Love because yeah, because I liked it more just now. Anyway, okay, it's just we're starting over. Um, yeah. Now again, we obviously want to like get to a place where I had this scarf, and I think it's upstairs now or it's somewhere in the house. But I had a scarf, and I was like, this is now I know I'm a star because I'm wearing a scarf, and it was keeping my neck warm, and that was good. I don't know what singer it was that was talking about how like she lost her voice and she like went to a doctor and they were like, yeah, like you gotta take care of like your like and she started like drinking tea and wearing scarves. um yeah, I wanna ice myself. I really wanna get into an ice bath. I really wanna take an ice bath, and I could take like a cold shower, which would be cool, but it's not the same as ice. And then like because I'll ice myself, but I'll just have like a plastic bag of ice, and like I'll put it on different places. But it's like I feel like an ice bath would just like. But anyway, I'll do what I can while I can. And today should be like recovery day because I don't ever actually ice, and then that's why I'm saying. So you film it. This is what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying that the docs are just outlines. You don't want to just have a doc to where it's like, okay, one way you could rest and recover is to do ice, and then so you just know that now. You want to make a video of it. Um, so So I think I already said, I don't remember if I already said that this is to discover and to explore because I don't really know what my message is yet, my real message, and I want to have a message. And yeah, like even yesterday, right, because I'm like I don't want to say I'm gonna kill myself, but it's like that's how you feel. It's not really how you think. So why do you feel like that? So we want to, explore more than condemn and yeah. So this is like very short lived, I think, but the whole thing of like we don't judge, I don't think that's like a thing anymore. I don't know. I mean, I only saw one video of it. We listen, we don't judge. Um yeah, so this whole situation, right. It's like I want to look up the lyrics before I get it before I mess it up. But what's his face? Yeah, it's like I'm gonna have to talk to specific people very soon. Like so in Give Me a Hug when Drake is naming all of those dancers and yeah, because again, I'm like I don't know who I'm talking to or whatever, but I know exactly who I'm talking to, and I know exactly who I like, not only who I want to see this, but who I'm thinking about when I'm here. Yeah. Yeah, so you just want to make videos of all that stuff because again, I've made a lot of exercise videos, but I haven't made recovery videos. And then I've made some like computer science videos and I made some government videos, but then I haven't really watched those. So I need to watch those. And then again, yeah, so this may or may not be the conclusion. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is because it may not be an either or. Um, like I'm saying, and I don't mean this like how, you know, the modern, but then again, I don't really know how they mean it either. Because yeah, I don't really know how they mean it either. But okay, so I have to say a lot of them to really. So there's right and wrong, and there's good and bad, and there's good and evil, and there's yeah, bro. If I want to get like biblical, I could say like righteous and wicked or something like that. But it's like basically, I wanna put myself on one side. There's another song. There's another song. I wanna say it's by Johnny Cash, and he's like, I walk the line. And then J. Cole is like Born Sinner, and then I don't know who else, but it's very many people who are like, yeah, like you want to either be like, and again, this is the thing with a lot of like trap rappers or drill artists is like, I am a demon. I think Dirk says that. I think Melly says that. I know Young Boy says that. A lot of rappers say that. So I want to have a. Yeah, it's like I want to, I want to put myself on one side and just say, no, I even said that. I even said that on one of my, yeah. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I have to just push through it because it feels pointless. It feels pointless to just ramble. But I'm like, the more details I gather, the more clear the story and the picture will be to me, because I am sad at my situation and disgusted at myself for even considering. So one thing about writing is emotion. So it's like, yeah, if I'm sad, or if I'm angry, or if I'm happy, or if I'm scared, then why and how and when, etc. Why and how and when, etc. And yeah, cuz it's like I'm eating I'm eating sandwiches, and I'm like, why are you making videos of that? Or what are you gonna, because I'm not gonna watch videos of myself eating sandwiches. But then I'm like, nah, like I didn't even watch the second one, but watching the first one, like I feel like it told me a lot about myself. And I was like, oh, while I was watching it. And I was like, while I was watching it. And it's very revealing. So, yeah, you just want to make videos of everything, because exactly. At first, I was like, yeah. At first, I was like, I'm not making enough exercise videos, and then I'm like, no, like you made too much. You really just want to go right? Okay, yeah, yeah. It's really clicking to me right now that I have to just make a video for like every point on, yeah, every point in the docs. So we're gonna have metrics. Maybe I look for something else. Uh, yeah, and a lot of them I already have. Like I already have videos of like reading the Bible. I don't really have a video on Kabbalah, and I don't really have exactly, because it would be so easy to make that video. I could like almost freestyle it right now because I've been. Yeah, it was a while where it's like that's like all I would see is just the tree of life, and like the shape, and I would try to like every time I would think of anything, it really became like my model of just like reality. So every time I would see anything, I would try to categorize it into like, okay, that's wisdom, that's strength, that's but here we go, right? But here we go, right? And what was I gonna say before? Yeah. So when I went on one of my so when I went on one of my Twitter rants in, it wasn't 2018. It was 2018 or 2019. It was like this 3 day thing because I was like dropping out of school and I was like writing a book and I was kind of just like, you know, uh gauging demand. So I was like writing about the Trinity and I was saying how like Jesus is the devil, and then that doesn't actually make any sense to me if I'm thinking about the Bible itself, but bringing it back to Johnny Cash and J. Cole, and you know the story about yeah, and so this is what they always say. This is what they always say is why be better. And then we look at the double meaning of that, of like obviously like NBA YoungBoy is better than like whoever, but then it's also like why try to be a better person basically. Because it goes back to that whole like Native American thing about like the two wolves, and it's like you feed the good one or whatever. Um Yeah, so I'm constantly conflicted where whether yeah, whether like it's actually like good to be good, or if it's like or if it's good to be both, or if it's good to be bad, or if it's bad to be good, or if it's bad to be both, or if it's bad to be bad. Um Yeah, so that's why I'm saying. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying I can write as I. Yeah. I'm about to go grab a notebook really quick. I'm gonna go grab a notebook really quick. So instead of saying that this method is superior or that method is superior, we really want to say that like, uh, yeah, it's good to do both simultaneously or separately and isolate. But yeah. Yeah, so this is like the question. This is the question from Miles Monroe, and I don't know who else asked this, but it's like, who am I, and what am I talking about? See, this is a new this is a new and it's wide ruled. And the only thing I wanted to write down right now was like 1% and 99%. And as I write more, as I talk more, I'll get more stuff. And like okay, right. Because I want to create the outline. I want to create the outline, and then I want to create the outline, and then write, and then record from the outline. But I think I'm like creating the outline as I'm recording, and then it'll all like. Yeah. So again, right? It's like, what's the meaning of life, and what is the nature of reality, and like all of those things. Yeah. So like the pyramid. on the dollar bill and how it has like an eye at the top. And I saw this one scene from this one movie. It's called Margin Call with Kevin Spacey, and he was saying how, well, Kevin Spacey was the one like, uh, he wasn't the one saying this. He was talking to this guy that was saying, because he was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, just give me my money and I'm gonna leave. And he's like, bro, just wait like 2 years. And so but he was saying like, cause like you want to change the system, you want to fix the system, you want to like help everyone and et cetera, et cetera. But he was saying how like the percentages are always going to be the same, and he didn't say explicitly in the scene what the percentages are, but I myself was like, because you've heard it many times, it's like there's a 1% and the 99%, and it's getting like way worse. Where it's like I saw this thing about like the the richest three people have more than like, I don't want to put a number on like the other half, but like bruh, they have more money than like most people. So like the richest three people, not like yeah, it's kind of like it's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny, but I'm laughing, so I don't know what that means. Uh uh right, because I for a long time as a child I felt very gullible. I felt very gullible, which is ironic because I used to be really sarcastic. And then and then but then I would also feel naive. Like as I got older, I wouldn't feel as like gullible, but I would feel naive, and I think it's like kind of the same thing. Like I'll feel blind, and I'll feel this is why I have to, yeah, I really just want to write names down right now because I'm like, bro, I gotta just say whatever I'm saying to her and to you and to them. So because that's all I want to talk about, and that's why I'm saying, that that's like the, not the main conflict. That is a conflict. Okay. So I don't want to talk about Drake. I don't want to talk about Drake. But it's like me, and I'm sure there were other people who like yeah, bro. Drake's like, not, it's not his biggest song. It's not his biggest song, but and it wasn't even his like uh it wasn't even like his first single or anything. But like the most stereotypical Drake song is Marvin's Room. And I always thought it was funny how like whenever Drake would like let me see, like something would happen with Rihanna or something, or like and then people would be like, oh, Drake is listening to Marvin's Room, when it's like because they would say that about other people too, but it would be extra funny when they would say it about him because like it's his song. So like, anyway though, yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that Drake Drake's whole thing is like is crying and being in his feelings, and like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, that's why I think a lot of people were upset at the whole like, yeah, when he's acting all like gangster and stuff on like his last few albums, but it's like I'm I'm sure now at this point that that's just how he felt at that time. That it's like I mean, yeah, bro, no one can fuck with me. No one can fuck with him. No one can fuck with him. Like, and again, right? Nah, cause I'm really about to go off on like, yeah, on like some. Yeah, you see all these videos. You see all these videos of like Drake is yeah. It's like I feel like academics or like I don't know who else. Cause I'm like, son, one, he doesn't know you, and two, like you're not him. You wanna think you're him, but you're not him. So now I'm just drawing. I'm not really writing. This is what I'm saying. The reason why this is gonna take yeah, it's gonna take it's gonna take very long until I really start talking about myself and like the people in my life and the people that I know. That's what's really gonna like that's like the point of, but I'm like yeah I'm just not there mentally. I'm just not there mentally. So let me talk about because again that's exactly we're like digging into my mind and we have to just like take away layers like an onion or whatever. I'm sure my mother's almost ready to go to work, and then after she goes to work, okay, this is good. This is good. I'm gonna talk about the future. Yeah, because that's basically like what you do for the most part. Past, present, future. Past, present, future. So yeah. So I'm gonna take her to work, and then I'm gonna go to Aspen Hill to get some vegetables, and then I'm gonna come back home, and then yeah, like cause there's like a couple things. Matter of fact, four things. Yeah, we have to get to the negativity. We have to get to the negativity, like in my own personal. Because again, exactly, I could talk about this person and that person in terms of like they made me feel this way, or like I didn't appreciate when they, whatever, whatever, and yeah, it's me myself. Yo, um, yeah. Anyway, though, I'm sure that exactly, because just to get myself talking and just to like get myself like opening up, pause. Um, I should be like I could just talk about music. I could just talk about music, and I could just talk about sports. I could just talk about music, and I could just talk about sports. But I know at a certain point, I'm going to have to talk about me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. That's what I was gonna say earlier. That's what I was gonna say earlier. And I was thinking earlier, cause I wrote so much and I filled up so many notebooks of just I don't even know what I was writing. So now, if I can do that here, and I can also take what I learned from writing through all those notebooks, yeah, cause it's very painful. It's very painful to really like to look in the mirror and have an honest conversation with yourself about like your situation and your emotions and like your motivations and your like um but yeah that's like all it's what I have to do. It's what I'm doing. So I could just die also. Okay, so really quickly with Drizzy Drake Rogers. Yeah, yeah. But I'm thinking because that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking about the whole situation. Like before he dropped with PND and like throughout the whole like autumn and winter, it's just like because when he dropped like the Fighting Irish freestyle, I'm like yeah, it's like the perfect situation. Like he his whole brand, like again, like you know, he's rapping and he gets tough and everything, but his whole brand is crying. Like that's like the whole thing. So so now it's like he has a lot to vent about. So it's like this really is the perfect situation if he handles it properly. And then right, and then we could talk about the whole UMG thing because um I don't think Taylor Swift sued. Again, this is what I'm saying. I have to do like research, and then it gets to this point where it's like, okay, like yeah, to talk about something else. But anyway, um, yeah, I don't think Taylor Swift sued, but she's also like she's you know tangled with the record companies or whatever. I think that's why he kept saying like she's such a gangster and all types of stuff because everybody else kind of just takes their deals and then you know they'll get on social media and be like Atlantic, like fuck Atlantic, but they won't actually like sue them. I mean, I'm pretty sure a couple artists have sued. Chris Brown is suing right now, but it's just not the same situation because he didn't get demolished, bro. It's so crazy, bro. Like it was, it was, it was really such an ugly beef. Like just because of not even all the stuff that they were called and stuff, but like maybe the art form is evolving. I don't know, but just the insults that were involved because it's like I feel like if this was like I don't want to say 10 years ago because I don't know who was like beefing heavy 10 years ago. But if this was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it's like, you know, I get more money than you, I get more bitches than you. I'm a better rapper than you. Like, you could say that also, but like, that's not really the point. Uh, but I guess, yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So even if I don't talk about myself, though I'm still revealing stuff about myself, like just by like my opinion and my perspective on like whatever it is. So we could waste a lot of time talking about Drake and whoever, but yeah, because that's what they're saying. It's like yeah, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. But now, but now he's like, you don't take care of your children and you're not a Christian. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to like swerve right now because I don't want to talk about this anymore. So but the other thing was see I don't remember because I didn't write it down. Yeah, so I think you create the outline like while you're making the video as opposed to trying to make the outline before. Yeah, so I personally because again, I said like uh I had like 11 uh I had 11 categories that I wanted to talk about. But you know, someone who does this or that. Uh but I want to talk more about my vices and like I want to talk about my virtues, but then I'm like uh I don't really know if they're really I don't know how virtuous they are. um yeah, and it's like you never want to stop. You never want to stop once you start. Yeah, I gotta say y'all names. I gotta say y'all names. Cause I have to tell the truth, whether I show it to you or not, and then it's gonna rhyme, and then it's gonna rhyme, and then that's all that needs to happen. Yeah, yeah, cause even like a lot of the content that I consume, I'm like, I really shouldn't be. That's why I was making so many exercise videos, so I could see myself doing it, and then I could get it into my mind that it's like this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm focusing on. Yeah, and then I'm saying that I'm gonna watch it back, even if I don't show it to anybody. I'm gonna watch it back. It's like I almost want to give like some goodwill of like let me start talking to someone, or let me start talking to myself. um yeah, what it really should be, what it really should be, yeah, is I'm speaking in second person to myself. If I talk about someone else, it's really in the third person. I don't think I should necessarily talk to them, and maybe it'll switch around uh where I talk to them for like a couple seconds. But yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. I think this is yeah. Cause I know there's this one podcaster. He's another black YouTuber, but he's like light skinned, so it's like you don't really notice it at first. But shout out to him. I don't know who he is. He's just this podcaster who interviews people, and he'll always be like what is what's the best advice you've ever received, and then what's the worst advice you've ever received. um and I don't know what's the worst advice, but I think I only said that because I wasn't really thinking about it in terms. I don't know if this is the best advice I've ever received either, but I think that's the message. Like, I think this is the message that I'm giving to myself, and that I'm like, the other people can do what they want with it, is just to focus on yourself, just to focus on yourself, just to focus on yourself, just to focus on yourself. Yeah, yeah, it's just to focus on yourself. Yeah, it's just to focus on yourself. I think that's my message. And again, I didn't know, I didn't know, I didn't know before I started saying all these different things. So that's why I was saying about like naivety, because okay, right, but that I could just be wrong. Not that I could be naive, but that I could just be wrong about like because if there really is that whole the 1% and the 99%, and it's like everyone is basically trying to like get in the 1% and stay in the 1%. um but then like maybe then it's more about like okay, I won't lie though, because this is my personal proof of like heaven and hell. Is like when you dream, yeah, and you have nightmares. When you dream and you have, I mean, when you sleep and you have nightmares, or when you sleep um and it's like, so I'm basically imagining that like when you die, the same thing happens. But it's like, but it's like those nightmares, yeah. And again, maybe that shows how I'm living, but yeah, and it's like be all the way committed, and that's why I'm saying, yeah, bro, because like I would always be like I'm committed, and I'm uh and I'm focused as like affirmations, but then I would give myself pushback because I'm like focused on what and committed to what. Uh yeah. So like it's not so much about having all the money and the houses and the like the boats and the it's just about winning and surviving and reproducing and dominating. It's more about those things. And I felt very weak for a long time, but then I also just felt ignorant that like if that really is the case, that it's like um that life has that like competitive nature, and it's not like I don't want to say survival of the fittest, but okay, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say, and I think I can really leave it here because I got my message. And I'm gonna actually write it out. Focus on focus on yourself. Yeah, I have to say yourself, not because I was gonna say focus on you, but that might be confusing. So yeah, focus on yourself. Uh, what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Okay, so Elon Musk talked about this whole thing where like you know people built pyramids and then they forgot how to do it, and then people built rocket ships that went to the moon and then they forgot how to do it. So uh and there's this quote that I'm sure very many people are familiar with. You see what I'm saying? How it's like, yeah, like whenever I'm talking, I'm kind of speaking to the general public, and I'm not like just like being like, this is what I need to remember, and this is what I need to do. So, but there's this quote about like strong men create good times, and good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times, and hard times create strong men. So, yeah, because you see all like the downturn of like, oh, this is like society is like crumbling or whatever, but I think it's more so like cyclical than anything else. So, yes. What time is it? Are you going to work? What time is it though? Okay, so you're ready? So, yeah, cause I don't want to say a choice, an opportunity, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could say an obligation or responsibility. I could say it like that, but I have yeah, and then other people would say I have like a destiny or a fate, and but I'm going to say I have a choice to make, and I have a decision to make, and it's like I kind of see all the ways that it might go wrong, or I see all the ways that it could fall apart or something like that. But it's like I feel like if it really just comes down to the choice of saying yes or no to like this life, then that's why I'm saying a lot of people like yeah, like commit suicide and just like uh or just kind of like they don't necessarily kill themselves, but they kind of just like give up and they're just like, oh well, I guess this is like how things are. And yeah, if it comes down to that, it's like to me, I'm like, you have to say yes, or like you're going to say yes. So, well, I have to explore more because I don't know what I mean, but I do know what I mean. That's part of the problem of like you're acting like you don't know what it is. So now my sign off is gonna be more directed to myself and not to the general public, and it's gonna be a anyway. Let's keep going.